Thanks for joining us from wherever you are in the world watching us tonight. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your day. We will make it worth your while. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, tonight on the show, we will be talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria as they prepare for that crucial World Cup qualifier against South Africa's Bafana Bafana. On the show tonight, we will take a look at the domestic scene, especially at the Nigeria Premier Football League. We'll talk about it. 4 games to go before we know what's going to be decided in that one. We will start our countdown to the 2024 European Championship football season with regards to club football. It's all over, and it's time for the national teams to take center stage. We'll be talking about that. And of course, the special one, talking about Jose Mourinho, is back in the news. We'll talk about him as well as we go on the show. That's the outlook of the show tonight. It's a 2-man show. My colleague Austin Okonakpan is suited and ready as we take you on a trip across the body spinning world of sports.
Sporty greetings to you, Yemi, and of course, everyone joining us on the show tonight. It's good to be back. I'm Austin Okonakpan in London. Yemi, we're looking forward to Gareth Southgate and his team's quest to win this year's Euros. They got so close the last time, but lost to Italy at Wembley. Can they do it this time around in Germany? Tough one, but right here in the United Kingdom, football fans are looking forward to that one. Also, good to know that we're now in the final stretch of the Nigeria Premier Football League. What a story. Match day 34 got us talking again. Aqua United needed to show workings after getting an away win on match day 33. They did just that against Heartland in Uyo. So it seems like they're in the same zone now. I don't know. When we get into the analysis proper, we'll talk about it on the show tonight.
All right, we'll talk about it when we get into the analysis proper. Let me introduce our guest in the Lagos studio. Kehinde Idris joins us now. Kehinde, greetings to you. Thanks for finding time to be with us on the show. And what a day to be here. Yeah. A lot to talk about. The fast-paced, money-spinning world of sports.
Yes, what a day. The Super Eagles definitely, would always get our attention, especially crucial games right in front of us. Monday and Friday and Monday, I think for the entire country is so important. And then you mentioned Jose Mourinho, right there. And I'm seeing the rundown. Beautiful topics, to treat. And I can't wait to get, into all of it. It's good to be here.
Yeah, good. In our private chat and our discussion before the lights and the camera came upon us, you said, I don't know if you thought other people were listening to you. You said Finidi George era begins. Yeah. And truthfully it is. Yeah. And there's a lot to look forward to. A lot of people are hoping that he succeeds. Yeah. Because if he succeeds, Nigeria succeeds.
Yeah, if he succeeds, a lot of persons have succeeded because for me, it feels like this is, like a final pathway for local coaches, homegrown, they are former players and all of that.
It could blast the door open.
And it could also shut
it could also
door.
Be the final nail on the coffin.
I totally agree.
In the same breath.
In the same breath, like the game against South Africa, Osimhen scoring, and then the referee cancelled the goal and awarded the penalty in the same stretch. So for Finidi on Friday, his era starts. For so many local coaches, an era also starts. The one that can blast the door open, like you said, and also the one that can shut the door open in the same vein. And really, I'm rooting for Finidi George. I love his demeanor. I love his courage. I love the way he goes about his business, the way he had handled himself while he was a backroom staff. And now, he's the big boss in the house. I want to see how it goes. And I love the Super Eagles too. I keep saying it from the time, they were in the AFCON camp and all of that. I said, I might be slightly wrong, but this is like the most disciplined Super Eagles that I've seen. Everybody listens to everybody. Trustekong never looks in the eyes of Ahmed Musa because he knows is the top coach. And that synergy goes on. Right. They respect every backroom staff, whether you're the kids manager, you're the assistant coach, everybody is a boss to me. All I want to do is get the job done. And if they go in that vein, I think Finidi George might be starting on a good note and a note where everybody wants to fight for everybody and it will be better off for the country.
All right, we are here in Nigeria, closer to the information, but how about the guy in London? Is he able to feel the pause? Is he feeling that something is different? Also, let's come to you now, and we'll yield the floor to you. We're here, probably hearing a few things here and there, but a new coach, new bounce, like we always say. Do you feel there's something different, or is same of the same in terms of attitude? The game has not been played now, but in terms of attitude, as we prepare for Friday's game.
I think the attitude has changed, you know what I mean? And it's good. It's good that the attitude has changed because they cannot afford to take that same attitude that he used in starting the qualifiers, because this will operate with a different dynamics. It's not tournament mode, you know, and that's why they need to understand the mission. There's need for them to operate with a unity of purpose. We have kept Coach Finidi George. That seems to be a good one, and we've ticked that. The players, the bulk of the team, are still the guys that we know that did so well at the AFCON. That's a good one for the team. But they just need to understand one thing, you know what I mean? And each time I have an opportunity to speak to people that I know in the Super Eagles team, and they say, oh, Austin, you're in the media, drum for support, tell people to support. Hey, there's no time people stop supporting the team. You guys put yourself in this situation, you must get yourself out of it. And in terms of what I'm hearing, you know, they're playing the game in New York, and that's home for me. So I get a lot of information from people back home, asking them questions. The team, they're in fine spirits. They understand that they need to go out there, get a job done against South Africa and consolidate on it against Benin Republic. There's no way out of this. They can't even think about a draw, because a draw just puts you in a very difficult situation. We don't want to bring out the calculators for this one. Show with these two games that you're sorry for the way you started, and then now as a team that is respected in Africa, a team that showed promise, relevance at the last AFCON, that you cannot meet South Africa, that you played good football against in Cote d'Ivoire, and then you start, making us worry again. So yes, I like the fact that they're responding to training. We hear that 5 players arrived this morning. Semi Ajayi, we're showing good promise for the team. He has waited for his time at the AFCON. It was fantastic. I just hope that he keeps the momentum going, particularly now that the captain William Troost-Ekong is absent. Alvin Bassey, fantastic player for the Super Eagles. Bright Osai Samuel, Frank Oyeka, and Paul Onuachu landed in Uyo this morning, and they've had extra training sessions. So I like the stories that are coming out of Uyo, in the capital of Akwa Ibom State in South Nigeria. That's where the Super Eagles are camping, and that's where they will take on the Bafana of South Africa. It's a good one for football development in Nigeria. I love the attention that football seems to be getting. Yes, some of us who are in the media want it to go around. Let it not be only when the Super Eagles are being engaged. But this is a good way to start, because, if you take a look at it, in the last, before we failed to qualify for the last World Cup, we were in a very terrible state. Now our spirits are lifted. Yemi and Kayode, can the Super Eagles keep it going? I think they can.
I hope they do. He talked about calculators. It's going to be worse than calculators. You'll have to go to mountaintops and start praying, because it's beyond calculators if we don't win on Friday. So I hope they will put us in that state. All right, let me go across. Austin has talked about it. The players in camp, the ones that have joined, and the ones still being expected. So let's do a quick reel and reel out the names. 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. The Super Eagles are in the camp in Uyo. Probably if we have a few minutes to dedicate, we'll talk about whether or not we should have a stadium that is the base of the Super Eagles, where they play all the time, instead of playing here and there all the time. And if you ask me, Uyo is a very good place, hunting ground for the Super Eagles. All right, talking about the players in camp. Shebi Ajayi is in camp. Bright Osai Samuel, Calvin Bassey, Frank Oyeka, Paul Onuachu, Wilfred Ididi, Kelechi Iheanacho, Samuel Chukwueze, Fisayo Dele Bashiru. A lot of people want to see what he will offer to Super Eagles if he gets to play. Terry Murphy, Stanley Wabali, Ishmael Sadiq, Kenneth Igboke, Olorunleke Ojo, Benjamin Taminu, Ibrahim Olawoyin, Victor Boniface, Raphael Oyedika, Chidozie Awazie, Al Hassan Yusuf. These are the players in camp. The numbers got swelled with the new arrivals. Let's take a look at the ones that are still being expected. 3 players still being expected: Alex Iwobi, Maduka Okoye, and of course Ademola Lookman. So those are the players still being expected, and hopefully we will have a full training tomorrow when all these guys are present as we prepare to face a team that is gradually becoming a rival. We have to admit, in times past we say they're not our rivals, but it's gotten to the point you have to start showing them a bit of respect. All right, let's take some reactions from the camp of the Super Eagles. We'll come back to talk some more on what is happening in and around the 3-time African champions.
There's no pressure. We just take one at a time. We try to just put ourselves together and just try to win this game and move on to our next game against Benin in Africa. So talking about putting us under pressure, no, because definitely it's another game we're gonna play to look if we can qualify to World Cup. So I don't think there's so much pressure in the camp because, as you can see, the players they are all training very hard and just pushing. I have watched a couple of Maduka games. He's a very good goalkeeper. He's a very good goalkeeper, to be honest. And it's also my brother. Despite maybe this is my first time working with him, it's my brother. So it's nice. It's nice representing your country. Representing your country. Talking about him being in the team is something that is going to motivate everyone. The 3 goalkeepers to just push, because if you have a team where the 3 goalkeepers are good, you don't have any problem where you say, no, I want to put this person, I don't want to put this person. But him being part of the team, like, it's nice and it's also welcome.
Going into every game, we have supreme confidence that we can beat the opponent. So I just think we'll take these games one by one, and hopefully we can get the victory in both of them.
All right, Stanley, the goalkeeper, Abali, and of course Visayo Delebashiru. Kede, it looks good.
Yeah.
It must be said.
Yeah.
If names are anything to go by, you would expect the Super Eagles to smoke any opponent.
Yeah, especially in Africa.
My worries were a bit top heavy. It must be said. We're loaded up front. Not so much options in defense and in the creative areas of the midfield. But even all of that, it's still a very loaded squad.
I think for the defense, the Nations Cup told us a different story of the Super Eagles. It just has to do with the coach. Can you put them in the right shape? Yes, we lost through Stekong, but we saw different players coming into the fold at the point of Sai Samo, Zaidu Sanusi, Shemi Ajayi, Calvin Bassi, Ola Oluwa. We saw different shapes, different dynamism, according to the strength of those who are available. And I think that seemed like a story settled, because Finidi George was even part of that setup. So if there is anything, you could, take an idea from there. From the attack, so many times you work with your strength. Right about this time, it was disappointing also that the Nations Cup, we didn't score plenty goals because our strength was attack. But also, you could call them some slag. Before the Nations Cup, we lost 4 strikers. We lost Sadiq. We lost Victor Boniface. Kelechi Iheanacho was a doubt all through the group stage. So, you can call them some slag. Those are Taiwo Awoniyi. Those are some of the top names, we lost. This is a fantastic time for any coach. I don't know of going into the world, but at the African terrain, I think this is a fantastic time for any coach to take the Super Eagles to face any team. But you mentioned something very marquee earlier. Respect to the other team. Don't just dwell in your strength. Don't just dwell in what you can do. Also take a look into what the other team is doing and they can do, and then you work towards that. I think the Super Eagles, I keep going back to the unity, the togetherness in that team, where everybody is really up on, working, understands the idea, the vision, where we're going, and I think that might just push them, to cross the line. And they are not far off in the World Cup qualifiers. Right. 1 game, 2 games, the whole story can change.
All right. We can seize control. That's what I'm hoping for. Well, Austin, the stakes are high. But, just for laughs, I said it, and I'm thinking about it again. I'm pondering over it. After Bafana got to the level, we can actually call them rivals at this point. Okay, you will have to. Austin, you have to unmute. You have to unmute so that I can have this conversation.
As a follower of Nigerian football, it's tough to come out and say Bafana are now our rivals. But in the last 3 years, I think they did just enough to be mentioned amongst teams that have improved in Africa, you know. But if you put our results side by side and you do a proper head-to-head, then you cannot call Bafana of South Africa our rival. Did they impress at the AFCON? Yes, they did. But they still lost to Nigeria. As I was saying, it was the lottery of penalties. But I think the Super Eagles did just enough to show that when they want to beat South Africa, they can beat South Africa. But I get the angle you're coming from, and this happens to be the opinion of a lot of football fans now in Africa, that the Super Eagles cannot just say they will run over South Africa, even if the game is played over 2 legs in Uyo, you know. And that's what I keep saying to my friends in the Super Eagles, that they brought themselves into this situation. Then they need to bring themselves out of it. You need to thank South Africa, beat them silly, and pass a strong message. There's a way you beat South Africa, Benin Republic will be shaking to come out to play you. Let's bring back those days when, if Nigeria is coming out to play football, people are not just shaking, they are feared, you know. They're afraid of what the game, you know, is going to turn out to. South Africa, they've done well, particularly for what they've done with the development of league football in South Africa. So you see most of their players in the team playing in the PSL. That's why we say, let's start building from home. So on that, they are doing well. Our infrastructure, they're doing so well. These things rub off on your football. And that's why I was saying it, you know. But if you have been following African football and you take a look particularly from the qualifying aspect, I don't think you want to bring South Africa close to Nigeria, you know. So that said, yes, I don't want to call South Africa our rivals, but I respect them. I appreciate what they've done for the development of football, not just in South Africa, but in Africa in general. I love the competition that they are bringing to the big teams. So let's see if they can, you know, really get us talking when they take on the Super Eagles on Friday.
All right, if they can really get us talking. Idris, we're about to go on a break. I'll ask you the same question. It's gotten to that point. I have fond memories of when I started seeing South Africa.
Yes.
I inherited the fear my dad had for the North Africans. Yeah. Even though they weren't really terrorizing us when I started watching football.
But you made that history.
But the history was there. I knew about Ghana. Ghana made me cry a few times.
Cameroon.
Yeah. But South Africa.
Yeah.
First experience, 1992. It was so easy. Richard Owubokiri, Rashid Yekini, 4-0. We went to South Africa. It was a draw. So I'm used to that.
Yeah.
But there's something that is telling me that, brace up, it's not going to be like that anymore.
I think as much as, you know, I like the angle, you know, Austin came from. I think for me, they are a top rival right now. For me, South Africa is one of those teams the Nigerian Super Eagles would want to play. And I have my fears. Just the same way the ladies are posing threat to our own Super Falcons. And I think for Friday's game, I'm wishing we're playing Benin Republic first, and then we play South Africa. I don't want a game that would, you know, stumble on the psyche, the mental level of the team going to play the other game. I fear South Africa. What they've done to and with the Super Eagles of Nigeria in recent time is always what they've mentioned. Though we find a way to get ahead of them, but it's always seeming like it could have swung any other way. So hopefully,
on the strength of that,
I see them as a rival, especially, in recent time.
It is cracking me up. We need to go on a break right about now. And of course, just a quick notification that on all our other platforms, you will be seeing Sports Tonight, but on the DSTV platform, you will be on to Inside the Niger Delta with Mahmoud Akuga. When we return from this break, still so much for you. Don't forget. All right, I made up my mind that I wasn't going to deny Austin his time under the sun. It was waxing lyrical about Aqua United. So that's how we're going to start. Let me yield to Austin now. What were the memorable moments over the weekend? I know one of them already. You're going to talk about Aqua United, but no problem. Memorable moments over the weekend, matches played, week 34, and is it giving us an indication of who's going to get what at the end of the season?
Yeah, but it's still tricky. Still tricky. Eimba did pass a strong message with that emphatic 4-1 win over Rivers United, beating Rivers United at this stage of the season that well. Not just about the scoreline. I mean, the sort of football that they played. Shout out to Coach Yema and the work he's already doing at Eimba. Tells you that he was really studying what Finidi Judge did at Eimba, in his time. Rangers, the Flying Antelopes, they're not looking back also. Coming to Lagos to avoid defeat, particularly, ending goalless, tells you that, yes, they want to fight for this league title. And look at the support. I saw videos and I was impressed the way they mobilized fans to the stadium in Lagos to support their team. And I saw Coach Fidelis Ilechukwu giving us, the Jurgen Klopp vibes. I loved it so much. So yeah, I really can't say where this one is going, but I like the fact that Rangers, Eimba, and even your darling Shooting Stars, what a story. This second stanza, Shooting Stars turned up the heat, and they are really competing. I love it so much. And look, I keep telling people that cares to listen that this league is arguably the most competitive league in the world, because every season, the fight for the title is always intense. And look at this Eimba team. They are not smiling. At the start of the season, we said it that if Eimba has their sights, whenever they have their sights on the league title, it's going to be very difficult to take it off them. And against Rivers United, they were rampant. They didn't just stop scoring, went on to win now by 4-1. I'm sure when you get into that conversation, you're going to let our viewers see the results. Remo Stars also need to show that they want this league title, because with the way it is going with Rangers and Eimba and even Shooting Stars, whoever isn't getting the results will definitely struggle. So Remo Stars needed to win against Kano Pillars, and they did just that. That's one thing about Remo Stars. When there's an important game for them to win, they jump up and get it done. I love what Shooting Stars seem to be doing. I've said it before that anybody that cares to listen should take a closer look at Shooting Stars and see the sort of result that they've been getting. Match day 33, they went away to Katsina United. They played 2-2. Match day 34, emphatic victory over Abia Warriors. I'm bringing it down to I was keeping the best for the last. I was saying it that Aqua United, you cannot beat Lobby Stars away on match day 33 and then lose to KB United in the President's Federation Cup. And I think they actually know that, look, they cannot mess it around this time against Heartland. That game was postponed to Monday, and then on Monday they just had to get it done. When it was halftime and it was still goalless, I'm sure the fans were there wondering until Ubong Friday, that's him right there, scored the opener in the 61st minute, and then another own goal from Heartland's defender made it, 2-0 win for Aqua United. So this seems to be good times for the Promise Keepers. They're out of the relegation zone, but it's pretty tight because they're tied on 43 points with about 3 clubs. So if they don't win their next game, they probably will put themselves back in a very difficult situation again, Yemi.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen if they don't win. Let me quickly go across. You're still seeing pictures from some of those matches. Aqua United, of course, beating Heartland, what you've seen. But let me go across and reference some of the things Austin has talked about. Flying Antelopes came to Lagos, were able to get a draw. So it was goalless. Rangers and Sporting Lagos. The Aba Elephants, talking about the Yimba, played against, well, a rival, you have to say. Rivers United have earned that tag now. So 4-1 ended Yimba beating Rivers United. Remo Stars beat Kano Pillars 2-1. That's a good win for Remo Stars. Aqua United, we talked about it, beat Heartland 2-0. Gombe United lost to the Akure Gunners 2-0. Bayelsa United beat Plateau United 3-2. These are some of the results. Niger Tornadoes and Kwara United played a 1-1 draw. Shooting Stars hammered, I must say, Habia Warriors 4-0. And Doma United defeated Lobby Stars 1-0. Bedell Insurance defeated Casina United 2-0. Let me ask Kaide Idris. See, you were jotting some points, you were writing some things, and when I mentioned the Akure Gunners, I don't know why you were laughing anyway, but maybe let me in on what.
On the Akure Gunners, they confirmed Gombe United's exit from the MPFL. After that loss at home, Gombe United were
so
relegated.
There's no mathematics anymore?
No, they've been relegated.
No mathematics?
Yes, they have to come again.
Chance.
They have to come again. They are gone. So the Akure Gunners, did that. But, result after result, Austin would always talk about Kwara United going away to get point off Niger Tornadoes. I think another fantastic away point for any team in the MPF, for Kwara United being on that. But look at this result. Rangers going away to get points off Sporting Lagos, who are, by the way, struggling, to get out of the relegation zone. They are deeply in there right now. I don't know how my darling, Sporting Lagos would do that.
They're in the 17th position.
Yes. As it stands, 17 right now. For Yimba, this is what they say. Enyimba should not be the team behind you if you're the league leader. They breathe down your neck heavily and you are so unsettled.
It's just
and that's what is happening to Rangers. But I love the fact that Fidelis Ilechukwu is helping to calm all of the storm around. You see his mannerism and all. The team feels off the pressure Enyimba is bringing. And I think if they have to cross the line, that might just be it. For Remo Stars, continue to push. They look like one of those teams that can eventually get, the big trophy they've wanted for a while. They just continue their work. Beating Kano Pillars is not a mean feat. And then you see Shooting Stars, Abia Warriors 4-0. There is something about Abia Warriors. They are one of the hardest teams to break down in the MPFL. Go check their games. Getting 2 goals off Abia Warriors without them getting goals, I think is super tough. For you to score 4 on match day 34, I think Benga Ogobota is really an oracle that should be well respected. And so many beautiful results for Lobby Stars. They fizzled out. I think the pressure is too much. There is Rangers, there is Enyimba, there is Remo, there is Shooting Stars. They just cannot keep up with the heat and dropping unexpected points. So sad at this part of the league.
Is it? I'm going to ask Austin this as well. You talk about somebody dropping off, so you are discountenancing Lobby Stars.
No, Lobby Stars. No. So they can't keep up with it.
Is it a 3-horse race, or are you still putting Shooting in it somehow?
I think I would say 3-horse race. I think Shooting for me is just making the top 4 and all of that. But it looks so much like Rangers, Enyimba, and then Remo. These 3 teams look like they will take it all the way to the final day.
All right. Let me see if Austin agrees. Will you be putting Shooting in the mix, or is it just those 3?
I'll put Shooting in the mix. Tonight, let's disagree for once. I'll put Shooting in there because it takes just 2 draws, not even losses. Just 2 draws between Remo Stars and Enyimba, and even Rangers. Now, if you take a look at those 4 teams in the top 4, maybe if you take off Rangers, I don't think any team has been as consistent as Shooting Stars in terms of getting results. Now look at their resolve, particularly when they travel away. Now you want to be careful. Remo, they've shown us they can sleep, when you least expect them to. But Shooting Stars have gone, I think, to Kano Pillars, got results. They've gone to Katsina, got results. Went to Gombe, they got results. And in Ibadan now, it's just when you come, just get ready to be beaten. So I think with that focus and the consistency that I've seen, it will be wrong to take Shooting Stars out of the conversation for the league title. Because if you check the league table, they're on 56 points. Remo Stars 59, Eimba 59, Rangers 61. Let's talk about those two teams that have got 59, and that's Eimba and Remo Stars. It takes just 2 draws. If they play draws twice and Shooting Stars win a game and draw 1, that will be 4 points. You know the rest.
Yeah, I mean, there is something called superior argument. I think that was what it was.
Wait. Just look towards me, and you can understand where Austin is coming from. It's hard to argue against this case.
Yeah, I want to talk about the GD, the goal difference.
Yes.
I think very beautiful, GD for Shooting Stars right there. And I think probably we disagreed only to agree. Maybe we eventually
agree. Made you rethink. Okay. All right, let's move on now. Since that is settled, let's move on and talk about the Federation Cup. Matches will be played tomorrow. So we told you about it on Friday. Let's show you again what to expect when the quarterfinal matches will be played for the men, the President Federation Cup. That's what they call it right now. Men's quarterfinals, EFCC. There will be no arrest, trust me. We'll be up against Kebbi United. The game will be played in Kano. El Kanemi Warriors up against Inter Lagos to be played in Abuja. Abia Warriors up against Sokoto United, also in Abuja. Sunshine Stars up against Kano Pillars. We joked about this the other day. You are likely going to have teams in the lower cadre. There's every possibility there are 2 teams from the lower cadre who get to play the final, because even the ones in the top flight are going to knock each other off. Yeah. And there's no guarantee that the remaining team from the top flight will still be in it. So interesting days ahead. We'll monitor this and see what happens. It's difficult to do this, but do you see any of these things going all the way?
I think I have huge respect for what EFCC is doing, for what Sokoto United is doing. But, Abia Warriors, Kano Pillars, Sunshine, I think they've also have a good run, and they will fancy this really. But all of these teams, even Inter Lagos, I think they've all earned my respect, and I won't be surprised. Any of the 8 teams get to the semis, the final, I won't be surprised at all. I think they've all brought the A game.
All right. I don't know if Austin shares that. The possibility of having a team from the lower cadre going all the way is higher this time, because we have 5 of them in the last 8.
And they should be proud of themselves, They should really be proud. It's a clear testament that football at that NNL level is actually competitive, So whatever happens, I know we're going to have teams from the NNL in the semifinals. That's if they're not going to bust the entire thing, but teams like Sunshine Stars can actually, and even Kano Pillars, a decent season for Kano Pillars, but Sunshine Stars can actually use this to make a point, just because if you win this, you have a shot, at continental football. I think that's what we motivate Sunshine Stars and Kano Pillars. But if you take a look at these teams, particularly El Kanemi, Inter Lagos, and even to an extent, Kebbi United had stunned Aqua United. What am I saying? Sokoto United stunned Eimba. Yeah. Kebbi United stunned Aqua United. So there's no way you look at those teams and say, that they cannot go all the way. So we'll wait to see, but I'm proud of what they've done. Yeah. It goes to show that we shouldn't treat football at the NNL level with a seriousness, because something good is happening there, and we must use it. I always say it, we must use it as a yardstick for league football development in Nigeria.
All right. So we're done talking football on the domestic scene. Let's travel abroad. Germany, to be precise, it's 10 days to the European Championships, Europe 2024. A lot of the football world, is focused on Germany right now with 10 days to go. Let's tonight on the show, let's quickly take a look at groups A and B and just examine and look at the things that could happen in those groups. All right, Group A has a host: Germany, Scotland, Hungary, and Switzerland. Let me go to Kennedy, a quick one. Your favorites to get out of this group?
I think I'll go with Germany first.
With all their problems?
Yes. I think they are having the problems, but having, some good players showing good intent build up to, the competition. Then, of course, I think the fans would also help. Then I'll go with Switzerland. As much as I have a feeling on Hungary, I'll go with Germany and Switzerland for Group A.
Germany and Switzerland.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go to Austin quickly as we can because we have to talk about the special one on the show tonight, whichever way. Kennedy has made his pick, says Germany and Switzerland. In what order, by the way? Let me trick you.
Germany.
In what order?
Yeah, Germany first, Switzerland. Yeah.
I would have said Switzerland first, Germany second. That's the way I would have gone for it. How about Austin?
I wouldn't say that. I would say Germany first. They've got a good team. They are hosts. Unless football wants to give us those moments that I love. And I love oddity. I love upsets. Switzerland, they've done just enough to be called a decent team. Yeah. But in the last 3 years, Hungary, they've been saying to everyone that cares to listen that in European football, we can be that team that can upset any team, So I'm torn between Hungary and Switzerland for second. And Scotland is just there saying, Austin, you mean you're in England and you don't know enough about Scottish football. But with what I've seen of Hungary, I like it. I like teams that are compact. I like teams that play attacking, offensive football, irrespective of what's going on. You are beating them 3-0. They're still coming at you. They're believing in themselves. There's no one big name or two big names that you're talking about. You're talking about a collective team effort. That's why I love this Hungary team. And that's why, if you know me and the way I love oddity and upsets, I would love to see them get us talking in that group. So allow me tonight, just because I'm a co-presenter, allow me tonight to say Germany first. In second place, I would put Hungary/Switzerland and let football, give us the answer.
All right, let's allow football to start. Let's go to Group B now and look at Group B and what's going to happen. Former champions Spain in that group, a rebuilding process has gone on. And so let's see the other group that has the other teams. All right, you have Spain, Croatia, Italy, and Albania. Spain, Croatia, Italy, and Albania. I have to take a deep breath. So let me allow you to speak first.
I think in my heart of heart, it will stay this way.
Okay.
At the end of games. But the only thing that I feel could be different.
The Atsuris?
Yes. No. The only thing that I feel could be different, Croatia might step up and then Spain comes down. Italy will stay third in that group.
Wow, that's a bold call. I'm torn. The Azuris have not done well, and I know it hurts them. And I feel they would want to do something. I'll go with the Azuris and Spain. Okay. in that order. And I know it's bold. Azuris and Spain. I think Croatia, I don't know. I think Azuris, Italy, and Spain. I don't know where else you want to score.
I wouldn't blame you, particularly that they are defending champions. We shouldn't forget that they are Azuris. And then they failed to qualify for the Qatar World Cup. And with the reforms that I've been hearing that is happening with their football, and just because they are a proper tournament team, you can be right to give it to them. I can't even say they will top that group. I respect Croatia, but when Croatia finished second in Group D, a point behind Turkey, they recorded 5 wins in their 8 games with 2 defeats. I looked at it and I was like, Croatia, respected team, not just in Europe, even at the World Cup, but I wasn't expecting them to finish second behind Turkey. So that dropped the level of confidence that I had for Croatia coming into this one. But with the Azuris, when they put on that tournament mode, come into a competition, you cannot just take it away from them. Spain, they're your traditional side that will come. play fancy football, do all of the magic, but they are also slippery. So let me turn it around. It's Italy for me. And because I'm a co-presenter again, in second place, Spain and Croatia.
Okay.
Albania can just watch the party.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm not even going to reference the Albania. All right, Austin, our parting shot on the show tonight is going to be about Jose Mourinho, the special one. I don't know, he's given himself so many nicknames. I'm trying to catch up. But exciting scenes right there in Turkey. And I know you're going to make us listen to him in a bit. But do you agree with a lot of people who feel Jose is, they say, look, probably football is leaving him. I think it's a bit harsh, but that's what a lot of people are saying.
So people can just be funny, They don't understand that for you to be a manager, there's just so much on you. People think that it's just about just stay and then coach players to get on the pitch. You are involved in football development in that club. You are involved in budgeting. You are organizing stuff. You are advising people on what to do. Financial responsibility. It's a lot. So this man is just coming from Roma, where he did good with football in Roma, and then what happened. And he's saying, let me go and check what I can do with Fenerbahce in Turkey. And everybody's now acting like we don't know that this is the great Jose Mourinho, the one who brought Porto into relevance, and everywhere he has gone, he has won a league title. It's so disrespectful. I mean, when I hear people talk sometimes, I just wonder. He spoke with so much passion. He has put so much spirit into these players. He has started even raising the bar of Fenerbahce even before they start kicking football, and people are disrespecting him. This is a top-class manager all day, every day. Let's listen to Jose Mourinho.
I am now Fenerbahce coach. So anything that Fenerbahce needs me to share with them, to participate with the club in new sponsors, in new income, I will do it. I will do it for the club because that's my club. So I will do it. So you will see the same brands that I'm connected with. You will see the same partnership. Turkish Airlines, they were very, very lucky because they signed me before. They were very, very lucky because I would be much more expensive. So they were very, very lucky. But I will do for the club. Anything the club wants from me, any connection that the club needs me to have more income and to be connected with the best brands, I'm more than happy because, as I was saying, from now on, I'm not Jose Mourinho. From now on, I am Fenerbahce coach. So hopefully next season we have a better league with more balance, with lots of other teams fighting for top positions. And if they cannot reach it, at least to close the gap, because close the gap, improve the competition, and improve the competition is better for everyone. So if I can have less than 99 points and win the title, that's what I want.
So that's it, Jose Mourinho. Unfortunately, we do not have too much time. But I think in 1 minute, Kehinde just can wrap it up for us before we go. I was saying somewhere that if you ask me to name top 5 managers in the world today, I will still call Jose Mourinho.
Of all time, presently, I respect him so much. I support a club where I feel, even if it's just for 1 season, get this man. One thing people fail to understand is the reason why he got that name, the special one. He does things to clubs that you least expect him to do with those clubs. So, Jose Mourinho, trust me, after 1 season, we'll be talking about Fenerbahce, Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce in some special light. And that is why he's a special one.
Oh, that's why it's a special one. Let's see if we can throw this in. Kylian Mbappe, of course, the buzz in Real Madrid and Spain is all about that young man. Everyone is excited about it. Fortunately, we're not going to be able to talk about it, but you can see from your pictures there's excitement in the air. And of course, everybody's going to be afraid of Real Madrid because of what they have as this young man joins. All right, so that's it. That's much we can take. Well, let's start with Austin. We have to go.
We have to go. Kylian Mbappe moving to Real Madrid. I mean, someone was asking me, Austin, what's your take about it? And I said 16th UEFA Champions League title loading for Real Madrid. That's the show. In London, I'm Austin Okonakwa. And in everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.
16. Wow. All right. Kenny Idris, it's nice having you here with us.
It's nice to be here. There should always be moderation in the stars you get in your club. It's good to be here always.
That's the show today. We do hope you've enjoyed everything we've brought to you. Thanks for allowing us into your homes without knocking. We'll see you again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo.